Topic 1. President Trump's 50% tariff threat on Canadian cars and other targets. President Trump has threatened to raise tariffs to 50% on Canadian cars, trucks, auto parts, and steel, effective January 1, 2027, while current auto tariffs top out at 25%, and steel is already at 50%. This follows an earlier U.S. move to slap 50% tariffs on about $20 billion of Canadian goods, and Canada has warned of dollar-for-dollar retaliation beginning September 8th, Mark Carney. The measures would hit finished vehicle and parts supply chains, paper and packaging, alcohol and dairy, among other major U.S. imports from Canada, forcing firms to stop imports, absorb steep duties, or search for costly alternative suppliers. Cross-border automotive logistics and dispersed parts sourcing raise the risk of duplicate tariffs, delays, higher logistics and energy costs, consumer price rises, and lower corporate margins. And while markets doubt full implementation, the real imposition could prompt severe bilateral and global shocks. Firms like UPS are diversifying hubs and cold chain capacity, but at higher cost. Topic 2. Treasury buybacks and potential use of the TGA weighing on yields. The Treasury said it would expand off-the-run long-term bond buybacks from at least $2 billion to at least $4 billion, and senior officials are reportedly considering tapping the general account, TGA, about $950 billion to finance larger buybacks. Using TGA funds could deploy massive, rapid buying power to suppress long-term yields, though officials gave no specifics on timing or amounts. Markets reacted with an initial drop in yields, 10 and 30-year, then a rebound, and analysts are split. Some say even talk moves sentiment, while others call the potential scale too small to matter. Key debates include TGA withdrawals versus short-term bill issuance, debt limit and predictability concerns, Treasury action relative to the Fed's role, and political trust implications that leave practical effectiveness uncertain. Topic 3. Bessent's planned economic D-Day sanctions on Iran. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent plans to unveil a large, coordinated economic D-Day against Iran, targeting remaining commercial and financial links, oil sales and shipping, exchange houses and cash transfers, free trade zones and exchanges, ship registration, and ghost vessels. The administration intends to use all institutions and authorities and warn of secondary sanctions on states, banks, and companies that help Iran evade measures. President Trump called it the harshest economic operation while urging allies to cut ties. Iran's leaders have denounced the campaign as tantamount to military defeat and threatened retaliation, including blocking the Strait of Hormuz or seizing ships. China warned sanctions won't resolve issues, and Pakistan is seeking to mediate. Markets saw the rial tumble in oil volatility. Details of legal measures remain unannounced, and analysts question practical effectiveness and wider regional spillovers. Topic 4. Alibaba's HKD billion, $10.2 billion share sale to fund AI investment. Alibaba cut a large Hong Kong placement of 710 million new shares at HK $12.70 each, about an 8.4% discount to the prior close, to raise roughly $80 billion for chips, infrastructure, and AI model development, excluding U.S. investors from offshore allocations. The announcement sent Alibaba shares down as much as 10% intraday, and they closed about 8.4% lower, as investors feared dilution and heavy near-term capex. Alibaba already pledged at least 380 billion yuan over 3 years to cloud and AI, and reported a quarter with a 75% drop in net profit. The deal is among the largest primary placings globally this year, was heavily subscribed and led by major banks, and Alibaba is simultaneously rolling out new AI products such as Wan 3.0 to expand service demand. Topic 5. High gas and oil prices straining U.S. LNG exports and refiners, exposing refined fuel shortages, geopolitical tensions, Iran-related shipping disruption, and major LNG supply cuts from Qatar have tightened global gas and fuel market.